Thank you very much for making a date on the marketplace. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of Cocoa Board, Joseph Boahen Edu, has indicated Ghana is not likely to meet projected cocoa production targets for this year. George Rafe has been engaging the Chief Executive and has the rest of the story.
Cocoa Board last year projected to buy about 900,000 metric tons of cocoa beans from farmers for the 2018-2019 crop season. However, this was revised to 850,000 metric tons, later moved to 800,000 metric tons. This was due to what officials attribute to the outbreak of the swollen shoot virus, which actually impacted on this production target. Chief Executive of Cocoa Board, Joseph Boahen Edu, has been given more details about what contributed to this challenge.
A lot of cocoa trees have the disease latent, and then also the fact that now we've started a cutting. Because the trees that we are cutting means they will not fruit, and because of that, they are going to impinge on our production this year. So if you've watched or followed our programs, we've doubled up our intervention, program. We've intensified our efforts just to make sure that whatever losses we are going to have from the swollen shoot, disease should be compensated by these interventions. But still, it's going to make it difficult for us to meet our target because we started cutting the trees.
According to the Bloomberg News, the projected target actually hit some 776,000 metric tons, representing a 3-year low and 6% down from what it actually revised for this crop season. It is not clear for now how this challenge would impact on the cost of raising some money from some banks to finance cocoa beans for next year.
Now, President Akufo-Addo has launched the Rearing for Food and Jobs program in the Upper West region. He said under the 5-year project, 40,500 small ruminants, 38,000 pigs and over 500,000 guinea fowls would be distributed to existing and prospective livestock farmers throughout the country. JoyNews' Upper West correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
President Akufo-Addo disclosed under the Rearing for Food and Job program, government will procure breeding animals, including sheep, goats, cows, pigs, and poultry at subsidized prices.
In the 5-year period of the RFJ campaign, it is projected the 40,500 small ruminants, mainly sheep and goat, 38,000 pigs, 258,000 cockroaches, and over 660,000 guinea fowls will be distributed to livestock farmers and would-be farmers throughout the country. Furthermore, 3,000 cattle farmers will benefit from a program of artificial insemination to increase average meat production.
He said various strategies and interventions have been outlined due to the important role played by the livestock sector in reducing rural poverty despite its neglect for long.
Farmers who receive sheep or goat shall pay back in kind, with 2 offsprings per adult breeder supplied. And farmers who receive breeding pigs shall pay back in kind, with 3 piglets for each breeding pig supplied. Cockerels will be supplied to farmers at 50% of the market value. Day-old chicks and guinea fowl keats will be supplied at 50% subsidy to farmers, with farmer capacity not exceeding 2,000 birds. Cattle farmers shall benefit from subsidized imported semen to improve the meat and milk performance of their cattle.
Food and Agriculture Minister Dr. Uswafria Koto spoke on the reason why WA was chosen for the launch of the program.
We at the ministry are excited and optimistic about today's occasion because of the high interest it has already generated among livestock farmers, traders, butchers, processors, and other stakeholders. The immediate objectives of RFJ are self-sufficiency in meat and milk production, reducing the importation of these products, promoting exports, and establishing a solid raw material base for industrialization and value addition.
Upper West Region Minister Dr. Hafiz bin Sali observed that the launch.
Let's do one of our top stories now. And Ghana's High Commissioner to the UK is hosting the Association of Ghana Industries and Investors from the United Kingdom to explore ways significant collaboration could be made in terms of investing in the pharmaceutical sector in Ghana. The High Commissioner, Papa Usu-Ankuma, says aside the friendly business and investment laws and the safety environment, there is a huge opportunity for growth and impressive returns in the pharmaceutical sector. He says it is time Ghana became the pharmaceutical hub in Africa.
Has been made of the pharmaceutical industry, but we are interested in so many areas. IT, Google has set up its first artificial intelligence facility in Ghana, and that should tell us something. Talk about the pharmaceutical industry. Well, as compared to some other African countries, say the pharmaceutical industry is not too large. However, we see that that's an area that can enable us export into Africa. You know, we are now having a continental free trade agreement, and even though two major countries in Africa have not signed up to it, I'm confident that in the next year or two they will come. So what is it that we need to do as a country to convince the financial and business sector in the United Kingdom that Ghana is a good place to do business? Our people have been asking. We've had constitutional democracy over the years. Constitutional democracy is supposed to, as it were, improve our personal well-being and the economy of the country. Our systems are working. We have an independent judiciary. We have laws to protect investment. There are no restrictions on the transfer of dividends from out of Ghana into UK and the Taiwan environment. You have access to the African market, which is a burgeoning market. We have the most youthful population and we have an increasing middle class. So in whatever area you invest in, you can be sure that you reap competitive dividends.
So we want to get more on this engagement, and we're touching base now with my colleague Seth Kwam Boateng in the UK, who has been witnessing this particular engagement between Ghana's High Commissioner and some pharmacy stakeholders. Kwame is joining us via Skype. Now, Kwame, if you can hear me, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ima.
All right. So tell us more about this particular engagement.
So some 33 companies from Ghana are part of this meeting, and it was organized by the Trade and Investment Mission together with the Association of Ghana Industries and the Ghana High Commission, and they want to explore ways they could get investors from the UK to partner Ghanaian pharmaceutical companies and see how they can collaborate, set up manufacturing companies, and also see how they can get good drugs into Ghana, and ways that they can explore market and take over Africa and make Ghana a pharmaceutical hub. That's why they are all meeting here. And aside the meeting they're having here at the Ghana High Commission, they also move to other places. For example, they're going to Birmingham for another meeting with potential investors there and see how all of them can join forces and make this happen.
All right, now, so what specific opportunities have been outlined by the Ghana's High Commission or Commissioner to these stakeholders, and how committed are they to come to the country to invest?
So, for example, the potential investors who were in the meeting this morning, the High Commissioner spoke about how they could facilitate visa processes. They could make visa processes not that cumbersome for them to enable them to fly in and out of Ghana anytime they want to do so. They also catalog how the government has put in place the necessary things for investors in Ghana, a friendly environment, the economy, how it's booming, and also how taxes are playing out in Ghana and how they can take advantage of that. So they've also been asking questions about so many other things that were not clear out, and the Association of Ghana Industries, together with the High Commission, they've been responding to them to woo them to take advantage of every single opportunity we have in Ghana now and invest in the pharmaceutical sector.
All right, now I know some Ghanaian investors were also on board this particular engagement. What have they been telling you?
Okay, so if you have that video available, we can quickly watch them, but they are hopeful that they're going to meet investors here who will partner them. They really want to set up manufacturing companies. Some came saying they have their own money, but they need collaboration. That's what they want, how they can expand and take over and make sure that we're able to produce quality drugs we need for ourselves and not other ones we pick from other countries.
All right, many thanks for that update. We'll certainly get back to you for some further details in our subsequent bulletins. Seth Kwamboating is our man joining us from the UK, where the Ghana High Commissioner to the UK, Papa Uswankuma, has been engaging potential UK investors to explore opportunities in the pharmaceutical industry in Ghana. Away from that, the US Embassy has launched a training program for women entrepreneurs in a bid to promote gender parity and improve contribution of female entrepreneurs to global GDP. The training program, dubbed Academy for Women Entrepreneurs, will teach women to create their own business plans, help them understand how to raise capital, and connect with other successful business owners. Speaking to Joy Business at the launch of the program, Assistant Secretary of State for the US, Madam Mary Royce, said the initiative aims to generally support female entrepreneurs worldwide.
The Academy for Women Entrepreneurs is aimed at supporting the development of women entrepreneurs in Ghana and Africa. According to the Assistant U.S. Secretary of State, Mary Royce, the program will target 5 million women entrepreneurs worldwide.
President Trump and Senior Advisor Trump stated that they wanted to create this program called the Women's Global Development and Prosperity Initiative with the goal of bringing gender parity and more women into the workforce. There are 50 million women that we want to bring in. And so we also know that we can hit $28 trillion to the global economy if we can bring more women into the program. So this is a program we created in my bureau, which is called Academy of Women Entrepreneurs, which is exactly to support that. There are 3 pillars in the program, and we felt that this would be an area that we could give women the skills they need to be successful. We know that entrepreneurship is an area here that will greatly contribute to the GDP, again, to the global economy, and we feel that Africa is an area where this opportunity is really appreciated and will also make a strong contribution to the economy. So this is why we picked Africa and Ghana.
The project manager for the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs in Ghana sheds more light on the program with Joy Business.
So the Dream Builder program, which is the online curriculum that enables these entrepreneurs to get the skills, is a lockstep program where each and every step along the way you are adding onto your business proposal. So by the end of the 13 weeks, you would have a business proposal that can actually be launched out into the market. It talks about pricing, it talks about target market, it talks about marketing, it talks about competition, it talks about everything that you need to know before you go into business. So that is what this thing is about. Part of the project itself has some funding for seed money to enable women to start their businesses. So we will also take them through coaching and pitching their business idea.
The first session, which is already open for applicants, will be a pilot session and commence with 30 entrepreneurs.
Over 30 social entrepreneurs in Asokore-Mampong municipality in the Ashanti region to help rid the area of open defecation and plastic bottles. Under a special environmental rescue program, some of them are engaged in plastic bottle collection, while others are constructing biodiversity waste treatment toilets. Local social and advocacy initiative No Business as Usual is spearheading the program as the municipality has ranked poorly in the latest District League table report. It is expected that the initiative will improve sanitation in the municipality and also create job opportunities for the youth. Nana Yaujima has more.
Poor sanitation management remains a national concern, with an estimated $20 million spending annually to address it. The phenomenon is obvious in Asquarimampong, despite official resentment to the Assembly's poor ranking. Waste materials, mostly plastics, are on pleasant sites in drains and other places in Kumasi, despite huge investment by city authorities to clear them. Kumasi and recently created municipalities generate about 1,500 tons of solid waste daily, some of which are uncollected. Participants in the plastic bottle collection model of the project in Asquarimampong have opportunity to make some money from their efforts. Municipal Chief Executive Ali Duseidu explains implication of waste on Assembly's finances.
The Assembly has purchased 20 tricycles targeting at door-to-door refuse collection. As we were trying to do away with open defecation, we were also trying to do away with littering all around within the community. That one is also there. Apart from that, the Assembly has a whole lot of refuse dumping points.
Waste collected by entrepreneurs and their support hands will undergo sorting and other processes for sale to Germany. Even though the plan is focused on plastic bottles, there are plans to develop a similar project for water sachet and polythene. Founder for Environment 360, Kodi Aziz, says the initiative is sustainable.
Our main focus on this is actually creating a viable and sustainable business for these 30 social entrepreneurs. So once we actually start the business, we'll be consistently reviewing it with each social entrepreneur to better understand their needs and how we can tailor the programs to ensure that they have success.
The project will also focus on dealing with open defecation in the municipality. Asawase is one of the biggest communities in the municipality. It is home to almost all estate buildings constructed decades ago without toilet facilities. Through biogas technology, toilet facilities will be constructed at subsidized prices for the people. Kofi Buedi is Chief Executive Officer of DAS Biogas.
Actually, the gas that this system produces is very safe. In terms of safety, it cannot cause any explosion in the house. And we actually tell the clients that this system is going to supplement your energy needs. It's not going to take full care of your energy needs.
SOS Children's Village and Asquarimampong Municipality are collaborating in the program with funding support from the European Union. From Kumasi for Joy News, Nana Yaujima reporting.
And back in Accra, CEO of the Telecoms Chamber, Ken Ashibe, has described the new payment and settlement laws which will compel telecom companies and banks operating mobile money services to have 30% local equity before obtaining license as welcoming. He says the new regulation will give customers an upper hand to hold service providers accountable. He's been speaking with JoyNews.
All mobile money operators now would have to now register, so they're going through the process of getting ourselves registered. The thing that for me all subscribers would have to is the fact that now there's a document. In the past it was policy, so now there's a regulation in place, there's a law in place, to the extent that if it's either the regulator, either the players don't do what they have to do, as a citizen you can go to court, and be able to get your rights upheld. And so for me it brings a lot of comfort, and it would deepen the trust that we can have in this system. It would also allow investors within the space a lot of certainty that once I put my money into this space, I know that there are laws that boundaries that run it. And so because of that, you would find a lot more innovation, a lot more investment. And I think we need to concede that Ghana, there's been a lot of investment in this place, but it's even going to increase, and it's definitely the consumer who's going to benefit the most.
And on that note, we wrap up this afternoon's edition of The Marketplace. It's great having you on board. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. We have a good afternoon.